Hey guys, welcome back to Lingerie Talk. I'm your host, Luna Pearl, and today we are arriving at the final phase of the 7 phases of sex after relationship loss. And that phase is the conscious phase. Now, this phase is where sex, intimacy, and self awareness are in alignment, allowing you to engage from a place of confidence, clarity, and deep intention. After moving through the previous 6 phases, the conscious phase is where you step into fully aligned, fulfilling intimacy. You're no longer reacting to past experiences or rushing to make connections. It's about choosing partners, experiences, and pleasures that fully resonate with who you are now in this moment. So let's talk about what defines the conscious phase. Number one is intentionality. So every choice that you make regarding sex comes from a place of awareness. Every choice that you make in engaging in sex is because you truly want to, not because you feel forced or that you're trying to get over someone or that you're just trying to please someone so that they can like you. Number two is emotional and physical alignment. This is where your mind, body, and spirit are all in alignment. And you're not just engaging in sex for the physical pleasure, but also from your emotional and personal growth. Number three is self trust. You trust yourself to know what you want, you set boundaries, and you know to walk away when something no longer serves you. Number four is empowered choice. Now, whether you are engaging in casual encounters or if you are deepening a connection or if you are practicing celibacy, you are doing these things from a place of empowerment. You're not doing it for avoidance or because of external pressures. This would be considered to be sexually liberated. Now, in Dr. Candice Hargan's book, Good Sex, she explains that sexual liberation is good sex. And she defines sexual liberation as, and I have to read it here because I want to give it to you verbatim. She defines sexual liberation as the unimpeded, authentic construction of our sexual selves, which was quoted from Seidel Barreto. In the conscious phase, you speak up for yourself and you are not afraid to walk away from sexual situations that do not align with you. Speaking up for yourself and having your words heard and adhered to are very important to you. How do you know if you're in the conscious phase? Well, for one, you feel whole on your own. Sex is no longer used to fill a void or force a connection or to prove something to yourself. You feel complete with or without it. You choose connection over distraction. You prioritize meaningful intimacy. So, whether it's spiritual, emotional, or physical connection, everything that you do is intentional. Even casual encounters they feel intentional to you. You own your desires without shame. So you're clear about what you want and what you need, and you communicate them with confidence. You're in control of your sexual energy. So sex doesn't just happen to you. You engage in it with full presence and awareness. Boundaries are clear and non-negotiable. You respect your boundaries and you expect others to do the same. So let's talk about how do we get to the conscious phase for the people who aren't already there. First thing we're going to do is reflect on our journey. So we're going to acknowledge what we've learned about ourselves from the past 6 phases of this journey. And then we are going to write down what has shifted for us, what patterns of ours have changed. And then we are going to write down what do we desire now? And we are going to work towards getting to the conscious phase from what we desire. Next, you're going to do an inventory of the times in your sexual life where you did things that you didn't want to do in order to please someone else. And this is very important because you're going to write all of these instances down of when you betrayed yourself for someone else. And after you're done writing that down on another piece of paper, you are going to write an oath to yourself, acknowledging what you've done and swearing to yourself that you will show up for yourself next time. You will speak up for yourself next time. You will empower your voice. And however you write that is up to you, but this is an oath that you're swearing to yourself. And lastly, in your day-to-day life, you're going to practice speaking up for yourself. So let your no's be no's and your yeses be enthusiastic. If it's not an enthusiastic yes, then it's a no. And if you say yes and then you change your mind later, then speak up for yourself. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So we're going to practice building confidence and speaking up for ourselves in every aspect of our lives. In the book Good Sex, Dr. Hargan explains how some people may feel at risk for losing their romantic relationships if they attempt to journey into liberation during their sexual relationship with them. And this is at the fear of feeling rejected. Maybe you want to introduce toys to your partner, but you fear them feeling like they're inadequate and maybe shutting down. So you don't explore that realm at all. In her book, she gives an example of something as simple as asking a person to put on a condom. You could fear being rejected, right? And that seems very simple and self-explanatory, right? But people will try to be sneaky or just see how far they can get with you and see if you'll speak up for yourself. And that is why this conscious phase is very important, because this is where you learn to speak up for yourself and have the confidence to halt any situation that does not align with your needs or desires or intentions. So it's very important that if you are not here already, that you go back and do the exercises that I mentioned so that you can get to this phase. The conscious phase isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's about stepping into a space where sex is no longer tied to the past. It's about creating a space where sex is a choice and intentional, even if it's a casual encounter or building a relationship. Everything is intentional with you. Are you currently in the conscious phase, or are you still navigating? If you're still navigating, then feel free to use the tips that I said earlier in order to help you get to this phase. If you're currently in the conscious phase, then I would love to hear how this phase is going for you. So please leave some comments, likes, and share with anyone who you feel may need this. Well, thank you for listening to the Lingerie Talk podcast in the What the Fuck Comes Next series for the 7 phases of sex after relationship loss. I look forward to hearing your comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more conversations about sex after relationship loss. I'm also excited to announce that my book is out, Pardon My Dust, a journal for women recovering from relationship loss. Now, this book is for women who, through relationship situations, possibly could have ended up in jail, or maybe they did end up in jail. No judgment here. But this is a book slash journal. It is a book that talks back. So you can journal in this book. You can read the prompts and either relate or write out how you feel about it. This is a healthy way to vent out your frustrations if you've gone through relationship loss and you aren't quite over it, or you're looking for a way to do some shadow work to move on to the next step in your life. So look out for that. It's on Amazon. Again, it's called Pardon My Dust, a journal for women recovering from relationship loss. and I'll place my link at the bottom of this video. And I look forward to hearing your feedback. Until next time, bye.